It's simply hard to believe that Thanet was once an island. To the Romans, it was the gateway to Britain, jealously guarded by their massive forts at Richborough and Reculver. The forts have crumbled, and the Wansum Sea Channel has long since been under the plough. But one thing that hasn't changed is Thanet's strategic location. By road, by rail, by air, or by sea, Thanet remains Britain's gateway to Europe. Just over an hour from London by motorway, and only minutes from the port of Dover and the Channel Tunnel at Folkestone, Thanet is, literally, poised at the brink of Europe. And with France only 37 kilometers away, communication really isn't an issue. An ongoing policy of major improvements to our road network directly links us with the M25 London orbital motorway and with the Dartford-Thames crossing. Access to the rest of Britain is fast and simple. Add to this a mainline rail system with a fast hourly service to the capital, and you've still got only half the picture. On an airfield site of more than 280 hectares, the Kent International Airport is located at Manston, at the centre of Thanet. With its new terminal building and a main runway of 2.7 kilometres, it can easily handle the largest of modern aircraft and a staggering 1 million passengers every year. Britain's gateway to Europe could also be your gateway to the world. With miles of picturesque coastline and a history of smuggling and seafaring intrigue, it's fitting that just 2 miles from Manston lies the historic Royal Harbour and Port of Ramsgate. There's been a harbour here since 1750, and the royal title dates back to King George IV in 1821, who was so taken with his welcome by the people of Ramsgate that he conferred this royal honour upon the harbour. It's a welcome that you'll find unchanged in over 170 years. Today, Ramsgate is a bustling port. Every year, some 200,000 units of freight pass through, along with 1.9 million passengers. With regular cross-channel services to Dunkirk every day except Christmas, Ramsgate's own Sally Line ferries are a distinctive and vital feature of Thanet life. This modern and efficient drive-on, drive-off service completes our communication chain. By land, by air, or by sea, whether you're freighting merchandise, making that essential business meeting, or just day tripping, Thanet offers the unrivaled advantage. No wonder that a growing number of companies, both big and small, have selected Thanet as their business location. Our potential for growth is enormous. On a prime site at Manston, adjacent to the airport, minutes from Port Ramsgate and directly online with the main A253 arterial road, you'll find the Kent International Business Park. 44 hectares of greenfield site, with a further 26 hectares for future growth. This is prime development land. It comes complete with planning permission for offices, manufacturing and warehousing, and with design and build packages for your customized premises. But don't take our word for it. Coline UK Limited, the first resident on the Kent International Business Park, is a German company involved in the manufacture and distribution of automotive parts. Managing Director Hans Koenen.
Actually, 4 years ago, we made the decision to come to England. We chose Kent International Business Park because of the good facilities. 5 minutes away, we have the airport, Kent International Airport. 10 minutes away, We have the Ramsgate Harbour. We have a perfect connection to London, which is just 1 hour away by train or by car. Additionally to this, labor costs in England are much more cheaper than they are in Germany in the moment. And as we had to expand anyway, we were looking around for either going to France, Spain or England. And in the end we came up with England, and especially Kent down here, because it's only a day drive from our main company to our company here. So whenever we should have any problems, any technical problems with the machineries or something like this, we could ring our engineer and the problem might be solved within 1 or 2 days.
Based in Sandwich to the south of Thanet, Pfizer Limited manufactures a range of chemical products both for the UK and for export. As a member of the East Kent Initiative for Economic Growth, Pfizer's chief executive, Hugh O'Connor, has also been influential in shaping the area's profile.
Well, Pfizer established on this site in the early 1950s, so we've been here now for a little over 40 years. And for us it's been a satisfying and rewarding period. It's been a good place to work and a good place to live. And something of the order of 50% of our employees live in the Thanet area. In terms of access to the rest of the country, there's recently been a very substantial improvement in the road infrastructure so that transport to and from the London area and the other parts of the country is much improved. And of course from 1994, with the opening of the Channel Tunnel, for those people that have need to access Europe, this will be, in many respects, an ideal place to be.
On the outskirts of the historic seaside town of Broadstairs, Summit Aviation are quietly spanning the world, literally. They're one of an elite of companies licensed to repair and refit Boeing jet engines, and their business is truly global. Directors Ken Wills and Chris Wilson.
We created the business here and we're able to move it here rather than have to develop it anywhere else. I mean, most of the industries associated with what we're doing are not based here. They're mostly based around the Crawley and, strange enough, up in Scotland. But we've started this business here and it's developed, and it's had positive effects being here rather than negative being effects. We've had a lot of good business come from the fact that we are here and associated with the airport.
And the council have been very helpful and supportive. You've got a different attitude. If you want to do something, it's how can we help you, rather than the alternative, the negative approach. So everybody is very positive, and there's no doubt that the area will grow steadily over the next few years. Because of the improvement in communications, the road link especially, the area will grow.
Ken and Chris's view may be biased, however, because they don't just base their business in Thanet, they also live here.
I lived and worked in London for a few years, and I mean, really don't know why I put up with it, because you compare Thanet to London, it's just, really don't know why anybody lives in London. We're very pleased to be here. I mean, it's a super area. You've only got to look round. Surrounded by sea, it's a very nice family area. That's the biggest advantage from our point of view as family men. It's a good place to bring up your children.
From the elegance of the Regency Terrace to the seclusion of the country cottage, from the luxury town apartment to the quiet suburban estate, with houses old, houses new, and houses still unfinished, Thanet offers every level of opportunity. Healthcare is high on our list of priorities, and with a £17 million development currently underway at the District General Hospital near Margate, nobody in Thanet is more than a few minutes away from the very latest in primary healthcare services. To this expectant mother, it must still seem an eternity until her baby is due. But it really won't be long until she's thinking about her child's education. Well, with over 40 schools and colleges to choose from, Thanet really does have the future on offer. Chatham House School for Boys, for example, provides an ideal balance between the high-tech and the traditional. The next Picasso, the next Einstein, A future England captain in the making. Generations of possibilities can all begin here in Thanet. Margate, Ramsgate and Broadstairs are all bustling towns offering everything you'd expect to find in a major high street. And just a couple of minutes' drive away, complete with trouble-free parking, the out-of-town hypermarket. Overlooking the harbour, the Marina Resort Hotel in Ramsgate is one of many that offer top-quality accommodation and facilities for both business and leisure. One of our innovations in Thanet is the abolition of boredom. With plenty of nightlife and theatres, not to mention our wealth of traditional English pubs, there's always something to occupy those precious leisure hours. After you've worked out in one of our gymnasia, why not treat the family to a trip down the Flume in the leisure pool? And even on the most blustery of days, a walk along the beach will clear away the cobwebs for another week at least. With miles of sandy beaches and chalk cliffs and fresh air that blows untainted all the way from Greenland, we think you'll find that for sheer quality of environment, quality of life, we'll take a lot of beating. For centuries, a lamp has burned on the North Foreland, guiding unwary ships away from the treacherous Goodwin Sands. Ours is still the guiding light. Our communications are second to none and constantly improving. In a bracing environment that is fresh, spacious and very well serviced, our resident business base is already highly successful and well set for future growth. But don't take our word for it.
I think within the next 5 years it might be a perfect place to situate your business.
For those people that have need to access Europe, this will be, in many respects, an ideal place to be.
Why not let our success become your success?
Business is a matter of being in the right place at the right time. And for us, definitely, Thanet's the right place and the right time.